All right, everybody. We're back with episode 21 now. You guys, it looks like I'm filming in a prison cell right now, but actually, I'm in the library up at Mizzou. My internet was like totally screwing up for like the last however many days, man. Yesterday was so bad, I couldn't even get a connection. We probably ran it back like 3 or 4 times, and the screen kept freezing. So it's like a theme now, but we got it all covered for y'all. We're back. I'll probably be recording in here a lot during the weekdays. I don't know about the weekends, but just trying to get the episodes out to you guys. We hate delaying it. But as I said, we're back for another episode. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff going on with the preseason. I think the season starts less than a week from now. I think the season starts what, Tuesday or Monday? I
think Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. It's always on a Tuesday.
Yep, starts on a Tuesday. I'm assuming on TNT. So that's like a holiday for me, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I'm an NBA fanatic to the bone. I've been watching the preseason games, been tapping in. So I can't wait for it all. So speaking of preseason, and there's a lot of stuff that's happened this past week with a lot of notable players and everything. But speaking of preseason and overreactions, we had some disappointing first couple of games from Carl's boy or Blake's boy, Russell Westbrook. Blake, what were the numbers of Russell Westbrook's turnover numbers that you posted on Twitter the other day? What was it, like 15?
I think it was 19 turnover. I think it was either 14 or 19. I may be getting them wrong. Mm-hmm. But I had been telling Ty about it. I was texting. Ty made a tweet and he was saying that people were overreacting about the Lakers about those first two games. But those turnovers, they can't be a problem going into the regular season. And some of them passed. He was passing this to somebody in the stands.
Yeah, no, that's true. There was one he tried to throw one to like Wayne Ellington, and because I watched like the last game, and then he probably had like 5 possessions, and 3 out of 5 of them he probably turned them over, and the passes are going like nowhere. Like he's trying to throw lobs, they're going like way above the guy. It's I don't know what it is, and I can't say it's what he's trying to.
Just say it. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't even want to say like he's trying to learn the system, because you should never be letting passes go out of bounds like that. Like these are some bad passes he's throwing. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but these are some poor passes.
They've been because I first watched the highlight, like somebody made a compilation on YouTube of his turnovers. Look, quick. I watched it yesterday. Dude was doing it's hard to explain. You really have to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I could really chalk it up to is he's kind of nervous. Seeing, his boys' childhood team, his first couple of games. Mm-hmm. But come on, dog.
Yeah,
those were terrible.
Yeah,
like horrible.
Yeah. This is a dude who's coming. I mean, y'all know I love Russ. I probably advocate for Russ harder than anybody in this chat right now. But he averaged like 5 turnovers a game last season. You know what I mean? That's bad. You know, I think he led the NBA in turnovers. If I'm not wrong. And that
he did.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not like it's just a preseason overreaction. Like you can look at those numbers and you can bring it over to this Lakers team, and you just really have to hope that it's not going to be a recurring thing. You know, Carl talks about it all the time. You know, we love Russ's game, but sometimes Russ has a tendency to kind of get out of control a little bit with his speed. He did it a couple times. In the last game they played, I forget who they played their last preseason game. He played a substantial amount.
Golden State, I think.
I don't think it was
Suns.
No, was it?
Yep, it was the Suns on Sunday.
It was Suns.
Yep.
I saw Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and like I said, you just really have to hope that's not a recurring issue. You know, there are 2 things that come with Russell Westbrook that you just have to hope and pray that if you're a Lakers fan, don't carry in, right? Don't carry into this season. 1, his inability to knock down shots, and 2, the turning it over. You know, like they're gonna look at him to be their primary playmaker. Obviously, you can't really play him any other sort of way. You have to get the ball in his hands as much as possible because of the type of player that he is. So yeah, I mean, it like I said, it's just a preseason, but we can't act like it's not an issue with Russ. You know, that comes a part of the Russell Westbrook package is the turnovers. And if you're a Lakers team that wants to contend for a title, turnovers could, well, not going to say could, they will be huge in playoff games or whatever, so you have to be able to keep control of the ball and all of those things. But, hopefully with LeBron on the court, maybe some of those issues could be alleviated. Like if we have to take Russ off the ball a little bit and work something where LeBron is our primary playmaker, there's not a better dude to replace Russ with as a playmaker than LeBron James, so
I wouldn't be playing Russ off the ball though.
That's just
asking.
That'll be bad.
You just got a statue just sitting there.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. There were a couple of times. I mean, I was really watching their offense, and LeBron, I think when they played against Golden State, a couple nights ago, there were a couple of times where Russ was kind of sitting in the corner, while I think LeBron was working with the ball. So just I want to see. We didn't get a great grasp of how the system is going to work, with him and LeBron out there, because obviously we got a limited amount of time, with those two guys playing together. But there were a couple of times where he was sitting out there on the wing, in shooting position. So I don't know if that's going to be a recurring theme. I hope not. But we'll see how it all works out. But all in all, not going to totally overreact. There are people killing Russ right now. He doesn't care, clearly. Did you guys see what he said the other day? He was like,
I sent it. Yeah. I sent it. Yeah. I told y'all, like, if you a point guard or athletic guard or anybody that has the ball in their hands, they're going to be high turnovers. James Harden at one point was second or third in the league in turnovers. Much he had. LeBron's always at the top of turnovers. So I'm not going to be that. I know Blake liked it, but I'm not going to be that concerned. I think the only person that's not, as far as being the best player and is in that top turnover, probably KD. I think. But pretty much everybody else.
That would surprise you. Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant. Go ahead. What'd you say?
No, you go ahead and say what you would say.
I think KD, and I'm trying to pull up the numbers, but I think KD was actually top 5 in turnovers last season.
Was?
I think
okay,
so.
See, they go, they go with my point then. Yeah, most of these players, most of the best players gonna have, high turnover because they had a ball in their hand. They're not gonna be perfect. It's just not. Yeah, they go with my point though. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Okay,
I know somebody that wasn't.
Who? Michael Jordan, whatever. I almost said F Michael Jordan. I don't care. He ain't playing right now. Now I'm mad at me. So correction, I say KD was top 5. KD was actually top 10. But surprisingly, KD ranked higher in turnovers than Kyrie Irving. So this is turnovers per game. Wait a minute. Let me check this one more time. Let me check it one more time.
Was it higher than James Harden too?
Yep. Let me see. No, James Harden was higher, but KD ranked higher than Steph Curry. In turnovers a game than Julius Randle, which is actually kind of surprising. So yeah.
Yeah, that's Steph one actually.
Julius Randle stuff.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, he'd turn the ball over.
Yeah, he as far as power forwards go, I can definitely see him turn the ball over a good amount of times.
the one being higher than Steph, because Steph has the ball and he runs around a lot, is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to me.
That goes with my point though. I'm telling you, like, bro, you had a ball in your hand, you go turn the ball over. Like.
Yep. LeBron was 4th. I think LeBron was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. LeBron was 5th in turnovers.
LeBron always top 5 in turnovers.
Yeah.
I know. Ain't that something?
That dude be doing them cross-court passes like this.
Tells you a lot. Tells you a lot, doesn't it?
Not really.
Not really at all. I mean, but like I said, that comes with being a playmaker and a point guard. I mean, let me see here. If your name's not Chris Paul and you're a playmaker, you're going to turn the ball over a good amount of times. Chris Paul's not even in the top 10. I can't even see him in the top 10 right now as far as turnovers per game.
But the thing is, he not the scorers like them dudes are.
True.
So he's not shooting and he probably dribbling just as much out as he is, but he's not shooting as much.
Yeah. Not as much of an offensive priority on the scoring end. So
yeah, we saw that against the Bucks, didn't we, Blake? Yeah. Froze.
Yeah. And that was disappointing, man.
Hopefully they'll figure it out. There weren't a bunch of, honestly, like I think with the Lakers in the preseason, there weren't a bunch of questions answered at all. So it's really nothing I'm super, super concerned about. The turnovers are one thing, but other than that, like there's nothing systematically I'm worried about. There are the injuries. Like I think THT is going to be out. They just had a report. THT is about to be out. Let me make 3 sure. Weeks. What was the number? How many weeks is he going to be out?
3 weeks.
Okay. We'll be good. We'll be good without him. We really technically didn't need him, but we just signed him.
That's what everybody's saying. That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, and then I think Malik Monk's going to be out for a little bit too. I'm not sure what his issue was, but it shouldn't be anything like too substantial. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's major. But injuries are going to be a thing to watch out for. We've seen that definitely hurt teams over the last couple of seasons. By the last couple of seasons, I mean that last season. So. Hopefully they're able to manage that, and they're a deep enough team to low manage their star players without a doubt.
It's that last year, bro. It really messed up a lot of teams because you saw the short amount of time they had from that bubble championship to like the off season to start the season again. Like their bodies probably didn't even rest enough time. So therefore, when they started playing again, they was kind of forcing their bodies back into it too fast, and saw people get hurt.
Very true.
I mean, it's crazy that the bubble was just like we really fit. If y'all ever thought about how we really fit, this is gonna be the 3rd season in almost a year.
Dude, yeah, dude. I saw a stat.
Year and a half.
I think it was sometime this week. Was it Monday or Sunday? It was like 1 year ago today. The Lakers won the 2020. Was it 2020 championship?
Yep.
That's crazy. I said 1 year.
That messes with my mind, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, they won 2-3 years. No, it was like last year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But with the Lakers, though, to be honest, I've actually been surprised how like comfortable Malik Monk's been looking the times he played. He looks very comfortable. I don't know how you all think, but
he better be starting. I know that.
I agree. He looks super comfortable. And like I said, we talked about his last episode, he's a young guy with a bunch of veterans, you know what I mean? But he's comfortable going out there, creating his own looks. As we talked about last time, getting looks off the catch and all of that. As I said, this team wants to run, a lot. And he's like the perfect dude to fit in that system. We see guys want to run out to the 3-point line, so in transition, he's one of those guys that can do that. Can also be like a lob threat in transition as well. We saw, I think, a couple lobs to him in the fast break situation so far this preseason. So he's looked very, very comfortable. I agree. And that's one major bright spot. You've got Kendrick Nunn is showing some solid stuff as well, and Kendrick Nunn is one of those, I call him a seasoned veteran young guy. Like his first couple of seasons, he's been in the playoffs. He's been on a team. His first year, he was on a team that expected to win a title. They went to the finals and all of that. So, yeah, man.
Isn't this technically his third year? Technically.
Yeah. So wait a minute, Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn, because he came in the league, I think same
Tyler
time.
Hero.
Well, his first.
Came.
Huh?
He came the same time Tyler Hero came in.
Yeah.
I remember the debate was like him or Ja for Rookie of the Year for some reason.
There was at one point. There was. He had a case though.
Yeah.
He had a case. At some point, because before Zion got there, he definitely had a case. But this is a great situation for him. I'm glad those guys have kind of, I don't want to say it totally found their way just yet because it's still the preseason, it's still super early, and I don't think the Lakers have totally figured out their lineup. But I'm excited to see what they're able to bring to the table. Same with THT. THT didn't win the games he did play in the preseason. He hadn't shown a ton of growth from last season just yet. Maybe some more aggression, and there seems to be another level of confidence with him. But like I said, there just isn't a large enough sample size this season this preseason from him. To really make our judgments about him. So yeah.
Yeah, Melo's been looking pretty efficient too. That actually surprised me because I thought Melo was kind of going to be like chucking up shots and missing a lot. But he's been pretty consistent as far as shooting goes.
Yeah, and they're also getting him in situations where he's kind of creating looks too. I think he had like a couple turnaround jumpers, and that surprises me. But like I said, they don't have their full rotation just yet, their full lineup just yet. So maybe the way he gets his looks is going to change a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure. But to see him comfortable is very, very important, and I think also too, for him to bring the most value to this team, we have to see some things defensively from him, and that may be a lot to ask, from a veteran like him who hasn't been that strong defensively the last couple of years, but for him to be at his absolute best with this team, we're not asking him to score 20, but we're pretty much asking him to be like a high level 3-and-D type of player. So, hopefully he can bring that to the table, but I have been impressed with Melo as well. Are there any other names on that Lakers roster? I know we talked a little about him last episode, but are there any other names on that Lakers team that you've been pretty hyped about so far?
Rondo's been looking like Rondo with the, pass and alley-oop. The Dwight Howard's been playing pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm just now realizing all the current former or current All-Stars, they have Rondo, Dwight Howard, Carmelo, LeBron, AD, and Russ. That's why 6.
Yeah.
Is anybody else on that team?
Yeah. Was DeAndre Jordan All-Star 1 year?
No, he never.
He was All-Star 2017. He had one though. He had one.
Oh, that one means he had that one means.
Yeah, but even his rim protection has been really good. Like he's got a lot of stuff out of the paint so far in this preseason. So
yeah, he does, but I don't.
You don't care.
He don't fit. Yeah, he had one. I didn't even know that. My bad.
Yeah,
he just looks so awkward out there with them. Bro.
Yeah, and I don't think he'll be in the playoff rotation either, unless they I don't think he will.
Injuries, unless injuries happen.
That's true. No. Or everything is so switch heavy right now. I don't think the usage form. I think the regular season usage form is going to be decent. But the postseason usage form isn't going to be high at all. That's not something I'm not really looking for him. I think he's there to kind of be a locker room presence, to be a vet. That's what his purpose is. Essentially, you're not asking him to go out there and maybe no, you can't really hide him because they're gonna hunt. People are gonna hunt him. So
his job is to be like the bench funny guy.
Yeah. Oh, is it
that sounds wrong, but it's kind of true. Like, bro, because Dwight Howard's not the most lateral quick dude anymore as far as guarding guards, but he's better than DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah. His offensive production, I agree. His offensive production is going to be a lot better than DeAndre Jordan's for sure.
Way better.
Yeah. So
DeAndre Jordan, he gonna be in that role Kendrick Perkins was in with the Cavs like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's probably
it'll be a little better than that because he'll actually play. Kendrick ain't played nothing.
Kendrick had that.
Y'all remember after a finals game, it was a picture of him icing his knees, but he didn't play.
Oh yeah, they was all in a pool or something after they won like a game.
Like, Kendrick, what you doing?
And the first person in the comments said, "Wait, Kendrick, you played?"
They wild. I love Kendrick, man. Kendrick takes those jumps well too. Kendrick.
Man, he annoying, bro. I don't know why he's annoying.
He got bad taste, bro. But it's so hard not to laugh at him and like.
But I'm not gonna lie, there was a point like before he really got started, like they started putting him on ESPN when he was on Undisputed a couple times. He was pretty good at Undisputed with his takes and everything.
That's where I'm gonna be honest, that's where I kind of wish he stayed.
Yeah. I think he's good as like not a temporary, but like a guest. He's like a good guest analyst guy because I feel like
they kind of pushed him. I'm gonna be honest though, he looked 50. He only like 30. Something.
He looking like
I don't think he should be on any type of sports.
You think it's his facial? You think it's his facial hair, bro? Because people
it's that big old beard.
That's what I'm saying. It gotta be.
It's the eyes too. Them smoker eyes, boy.
We ain't gonna talk about why his eyes look like that because Mike know about it.
Yeah, man. But shout out to the Lakers team, and also, I think they're moving towards signing a guy that I was hoping Brooklyn would give an opportunity to. They're looking on signing Sekou Doumbouya. I don't know how into his game you guys are, but he's another good defender, another young guy out there. So if that team gets, injuries become an issue, he could be another solid rotation piece. He hasn't really established himself as an offensive player, but he's kind of a project. So I don't know if this is the best situation for him, but he's another. Good bench reserve or whatever. Just something happens.
They adding way too many players. Before you know it, they're gonna have 20 players on the team.
Right, dude. They've added a bunch. But I'm excited to see him really get things kicked off.
Just to be Harden and KD. Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But like I said, you got to play the game, bro. That's the way the league. That's the direction the league is moving in. 3 stars or more. Generally those are going to be the teams that are going to win titles or whatever. And not even, or 2 stars or more. Those are going to be the best teams. So you got to play the game. We talked about that before. With LeBron having to build these super teams, you just have to do it. Like you couldn't expect LeBron not to build a super team when he was going against Golden State. You couldn't expect him to not put the work in to build a super team to try to compete against Brooklyn. There's no.
Blake don't like it. He a hater.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater. I just don't like super teams.
Yeah, me neither.
No, that's not. You don't like what LeBron has.
Because wait a minute, he did say he liked watching the Warriors.
Yeah, I do like watching the Warriors. Okay, they're the exception because I enjoyed watching them play. But what LeBron is doing is borderline insane.
Why is it? But why does he? But why does he get the blame? Why does he get the blame? But KD and those other guys don't.
I've already given KD his blame, but since I'm going back to Miami, LeBron has always felt the urge to surround himself with a bunch of all-stars.
He wasn't even favored in the finals, bro, with the Spurs.
It's like an itch he got to scratch. Like, I need some more help. I need some more help, man.
Ty, you know what it is. He just don't. He just know Bron a threat to his board. That's all.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
he is not a threat. He is not a threat.
Shout out to Bron. Shout out to the Lakers. They'll get it going. I think, I definitely, as Carl said, it's going to be interesting seeing who plays and who doesn't play because the amount of talent on this team is just ridiculous. There's even Austin Reeves, who has gotten some, clock, and they said he's like the second coming of Kyle Kuzma. He's what Kyle Kuzma wants to be. That's like the meme going around right now. I don't even think he'll play. And he's not better than Kyle Kuzma, so he may become.
Jalen Green put it on that boy. Last week.
He may be like the new meme. I think. Like I think he's gonna end up becoming the new. Remember how Alex Caruso was like the joke for a minute? Yeah, I think Austin Reeves is gonna end up becoming that next dude. But shout out to the Lakers. There was another quick news thing that happened, and I think we talked about this some time ago. And I got to pat myself on the back a little bit. I predicted it a little bit. Ben Simmons is seemingly going to go back to Philly. He took his COVID test. Rich Paul is opening up conversation with Philly's front office. And everything's pointing at him coming back. And I think, it was a couple things with it. One, I just didn't think any team at this point, preseason, training camp, whatever you want to say, was going to put together a package to get Ben Simmons. And we're not going to get into why he's not the player that you want to go and trade for his contract, because we talked about that millions of times. But I just didn't think, especially at this point in the quote unquote season, it was going to happen to where somebody's going to put a package together to bring him back. Same time, it was like, if that's not going to happen, then he's going to be doing one or two things. He's either going to change his mind and come back, or he's going to just sit and then wait to get moved away. It was one of those two things. And that's kind of why I made that prediction that Tyrese Maxey was going to end up becoming like most improved player, because I thought he was going to be the new starting point guard until they found somebody else. But obviously it seems like he's coming back. What are you guys' thoughts on just the news that it seems like he's going to be back in Philly?
I like it. I wanted him personally. I wanted to see him play somewhere else. I think that that little time in Philly has kind of ran its course. You tried it. You've been trying it for the past 3-4 years. It's not working. Just stop trying to plug a nail into the wrong hole. I think I want him to try somewhere else, but you never know. Because I think I read on Twitter today, he said he was just going in there to take a COVID test, and that they didn't even know he was there. So. Oh,
really? So there's not even.
Yeah. Oh well, hope so. There's still hope that he does get traded, because I would love for him to get a new start with another team.
You really can't. Sometimes you can't depend on news that gets reported, because sometimes it's other things like what Blake said, and sometimes other things we all saw, which him going to Philly, because I'm pretty sure he still has a house there, so he never know. He might have went,
to pick some things up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So I don't know. Like, it looks like he might be going there, but we don't know yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it completely flip and he gets traded. But I think the problem is nobody wants him for what they're asking him.
Yeah.
So if he comes back, I feel like that's the only reason why, because he's figuring, damn, nobody really want to.
It could also be, because it could also be this. I raise my trade value and then I demand another trade. And then teams see that and they want to make moves for him, and he ends up going to what he perceives as a better situation.
That's smart.
It could be that too, because we've talked. We have definitely, not even us, but that's definitely something that's been discussed. Like with analysts, Ben Simmons could also just raise his value and then make something happen. To where he still ends up going to a better situation, because it really is kind of weird that we go from this. Remember when it was coming out where he just was not messing with Philly, like they said he never wanted to be in a Sixers jersey. Even the report that he didn't want to play in front of the fans anymore. It was a bunch of stuff saying there's no way he comes back.
Yeah.
Is this the biggest, think of some in history. Is this the biggest NBA trade pump fake of all time? Is this the biggest, because let's say he does come back, what would be a bigger, summer of thinking a guy's going to get traded and just nothing happens? What would be bigger than this Ben Simmons one? I'm trying to think. The Clippers one last season, was pretty rough, because we all thought it was going to kind of be, the end of the Kawhi, Paul George thing so quickly, but then they obviously end up coming back or whatever. I'm trying to think of some other ones that were pretty comparable.
Yeah, it's probably because the ones I'm thinking of, they actually happened. So it's probably
we thought,
like the ones I ain't gonna lie, when he got traded from the Cavs, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I actually thought like Kyrie was saying, he was saying like, y'all so y'all getting this from nowhere. It didn't happen. I'm like, dang, what
the Dame one just this summer was a pump fake as well, because we thought Dame was just we thought it was like the last straw, you know what I mean? But then he obviously makes a statement over the summer saying, I think he's committed to Portland or whatever. Then there's also James Harden, which ended up happening, but I didn't expect Harden to get traded. I thought over the summer he was kind of bluffing. I thought it was just a bunch of nonsense going on. I was like, he's going to end up being back in Houston. And they made a lot of pretty good additions, right? DeMarcus Cousins, John Wall, got in Christian Wood. And I thought, okay, he's going to change his mind and come to this new situation, had a new head coach. But obviously during near the middle of the season, he ends up getting moved, not even near the middle of the season, like around the first quarter of the season, right? That's when he ended up getting traded. So
Brad Beal, maybe?
Probably before that.
I feel like Beal pump faked us for sure. I definitely think. Now, I don't think he really entertained. Thing about Beal is different is he didn't entertain much of those trade rumors. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never really said anything. It was kind of the media speaking for him. You know, like Dame left us some things for us to think that he wanted to go.
Yeah, he tweeted a lot of stuff for us to think, oh, if I would have played with him, you know, so and so, so and so. He left stuff for people on Twitter to answer, and he answered it for him, leaving like, you know, certain key points and stuff.
Yep. Very true. Very true. It's a big one. I think it's the biggest one in some time. And if he does go back, I mean, Carl, you know, you and me talked about this. Blake, you just got back home. We were just me, Carl, and Moses were sitting in the student center, and we talked a bit about it. But you know, it's going to have to be a systematic change. You know, if you do want to still try to build this championship thing, which I think they can. Like, I don't think the Sixers team is at a lack. I don't think the Sixers team is at a lack of talent. You know what I mean? They have a lot of talent on this team. Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, if he comes back, some really good rotation pieces in Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey, Isaiah Joe, who I really hope is in their season rotation.
Yeah. They just, to me, they probably just need a real point guard that can score.
And that's what I'm saying. That's going to be the thing. Like, if we decide to use Simmons as a 4, you know, who is the next point guard for us? And there are 2 really good options. If it's not Tyrese Maxey, then you look at Shake Milton, who's never been bad. And I really thought should have been. Yeah, I think he really should have been their starting point guard last year. You know, like last year was when I said, let's just use Simmons as a 4, you know, and obviously it didn't happen. Or, as I said, there's Isaiah Joe. You know, I don't know if you guys have been watching him, but he's looked really, really good in the preseason. He's knocking down shots. He's doing some playmaking. He's getting to the rim, and he's a very, very good defender. You know, hopefully Philly's not, you know, pump faking us and just playing him during the preseason, and they don't do this thing where they come into the regular season, they only use him in rotation, but they've got options to be the starting point guard, you know, and maybe they don't need the starting point guard to be exceptional. So if it's Tyrese Maxey or Shake Milton or Isaiah Joe, you just ask them to come in and start and just not screw anything up, you know, and you let your star players take care of the rest of it. So there are definitely situations from a basketball standpoint where Simmons and Philly can work together. We just haven't really seen the coaching staff make that move yet.
It definitely could. I just feel like, because I just thought about LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't know why that popped in my head. Like, because you said power forward. If he can just somewhat get a mid-range something, that's all he could. That's all he has to be, is some type of player like LaMarcus Aldridge. And that's not asking a whole lot. I know he's pretty good, but that's not asking a ton.
Yeah. And we always say it. It doesn't have to be a 3-pointer. Can we start getting some mid-range shots? You can be more of a threat, you know, or
floater, jump hook, something.
Polish up your post game too. So hopefully they'll find something for him, you know. And like I said, people act like getting Ben Simmons to not be a point guard anymore is like this extreme thing. Like, you know, how many playmaking power forwards there are right now in the NBA. You know, Evan Mobley is a newer one, or you know, Draymond Green. Like, Draymond Green was top 5 in freaking assists last season, you know, so he'll find a way. Like, Simmons is going to still be able to do a lot of the same things he did before if he plays at the 4. He's just not going to be sitting on the perimeter doing nothing the whole time. So I think, you know, I think they can make things work from a basketball standpoint, and they definitely have a roster right now, if Simmons comes back, that could compete for a title. They had it last season, you know, they were almost there to get to the East Finals, which I think would have been the farthest they would have ever got. And I think if they would have stuck with the right system, you know, or the right decision would have been made, they could have competed with the Bucks and possibly went to the finals. This team could have went to the finals last year when you look at what happened with Brooklyn. Maybe that may be tough because
they could have. It's just my thing. It's not even really. It's Ben Simmons too, but it's Joel. He just doesn't stay healthy enough for them to go there for him. Yeah, it's always something.
Yeah. I mean, I give him a little bit of leeway last year. He was healthy in the playoffs, you know, but I do think his health just makes you kind of wonder how much of a contender they really are. You know, if that's what your point is. I definitely see that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was. He actually, because he had against Atlanta, he wasn't 100%. He had like a knee.
That's true.
Type of knee contusion or something, and you can tell he was laboring it. But I don't know if I would give him the excuse. So I saw him have 35 one game, the other game I didn't. So I don't.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think they do. I may be a little too high on them. You know, I can't even say they've done bad GMing the last couple of years. Like, you can talk about the Al Horford contract, but they found a way to get him out of here. Yeah. You know, they found a way to get rid of that contract. And I think they have a well-constructed roster with a lot of great young guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
And then you talking about Al Horford?
Yeah, they moved Al Horford. Remember, they moved him over to Thunder and then just got rid of his contract. Remember, people were saying like his contract was like one of the worst in the NBA, and they got rid of that. And like I said, they've got great young talent. You know, Isaiah Joe, I mentioned him probably about 15 times so far. You know, Tyrese Maxey, who showed amazing stuff in the playoffs last year, and also Matisse Thybulle, who I think can end up becoming one of the best defenders in the NBA in a couple of years. You know, so the talent's there. You know, they just got to be able to find a way to put it all together. You know, Danny Green is on their roster. Seth Curry, as I mentioned, Tobias. You know, there's just a bunch of stuff in Philly. You know, they should be a good team, you know.
Yeah, I'm on the train. Give Seth like I don't know, 17 million. I'll tell Ty, give him 17, 18. I think
Seth is a hooper. Seth is a hooper. If Seth
he was
Curry,
looking like their best scoring option in the playoffs that time.
that's 100% true. That's 100% true.
He was knocking down some big time shots.
Yep, that's true as hell. But I think they can make it work. And I'm glad they're able to kind of find this reunion, because to me, it's always sad when you look at like these duos or whatever that have this potential and they never really come through. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see the Kawhi Paul George duo just end up becoming nothing when we all look back at it. I was disappointed that, a couple of years back, the Russell Westbrook and Paul George, and even Carmelo Anthony, big three, quote unquote, didn't work out, or go back all the way to 2013. I was pissed that the Kobe and Dwight Howard thing didn't work at all. I remember when I was a kid, I was little, I watched like all those games.
Hey, you was looking forward to Heat versus Lakers, weren't you? I know you were.
But that's what everybody was saying that year was, okay, it's going to be Heat versus Lakers finally, but it disappointed.
I don't think people realize how old Steve Nash was.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he was very old. He was like almost 40.
Yeah. I will say this though. He was a year removed from his last All-Star appearance. Now he retired after that season.
Yeah, he was, but you can definitely tell it's a difference between 30 years old or 20, 27 to 30-year-old Steve Nash versus 36 to 40. Like that time stamp, he wasn't the same.
That's true. That's true as hell. But yeah, I think they've got some great stuff here, and everything from this point on is going to be on Doc Rivers. The spotlight on him. The spotlight is on him. Straight up. Like, there's no, is he going to be able to move the chess pieces the right way? Is the biggest question. This is on Doc Rivers to be able to make this work. And be the head coach, and then start putting together some X's and O's that work for this team. Right now the offense isn't good. A lot of it's because the offensive system isn't good. We could talk as much about Ben Simmons as we want. There's not been a good offensive system in Philly for a long time. So hopefully they can do something here. But to me, the spotlight's on Rivers right now. He's done a lot.
No scapegoat this time.
Exactly.
I'll probably go say hasn't been a good offensive system since Drew Holiday, and that was just okay.
That was still okay.
And the one with Iguodala was just okay.
Yeah. There hasn't been a great Philly offensive team in some time, and they've had the talent too. So everything's on the coach. I don't think the spotlight's been on Doc Rivers. Like I said, Doc Rivers done talking about a lot of guys.
I'm gonna give you a hot take. I don't think he's the right person to coach that team.
No, he's not. I don't think so either.
He got this season to prove it. I don't think.
I don't think so either.
He's had too many good teams to constantly just keep losing the way he loses. And sooner or later, I get the players play, but the coach too.
In the last two seasons have been ugly. Last season was ugly as shit when you look at how it ended up. And this Clippers thing that last season when he was in LA was ugly. So like I said, man, the spotlight to me is on Doc Rivers, bro. Anything less than a conference finals appearance, we're going to be pissed off with. And
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Conference finals is nothing.
Yep.
Look how
Blake, 7 games in the conference finals. We need 7 games from. We need 6, 5. We need 7.
No 4. We need 7.
Yeah.
But you can look at the way like Tyronn Lue adjusted and see how he got that team that far, even without Kawhi. That proves the point he doesn't want to adjust.
Yep.
I think Doc Rivers is still stuck in that 2018, just like how Kevin Garnett is.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them, well, except for Ray Allen, but
Kevin Garnett.
They hold on to that 08 championship. And it's like he hasn't really progressed.
Kevin Garnett weird, bro.
Yeah, he said some wild stuff. But it's kind of like, and I don't, Rivers is a good coach, and every Doc Rivers team, you can kind of expect them, if they have the right talent, expect them to be like top 5 in whatever conference they're in. But it's kind of just that, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing. I mean, there obviously aren't going to be a lot of championship level coaches just on the market for free or whatever, but it's not like free agency. I can't, but it's kind of been mediocre for him the last couple of seasons. This is a guy who I think his reputation is basically just off of that 2008, championship win. So I will see what he's able to do. I think he's a good coach. Definitely, you look at his all-star appearances as a coach, and in his resume, he's a dude who's going to get your team to the playoffs guaranteed most of the time, but he's not known as the best players coach. There have been mixed reviews on Doc Rivers as a coach many times before, and we're starting to see some things now with him, with how he's kind of interacted with some of the guys over time. And I love him. He's probably a great dude. I don't know him personally. None of us do. None of us know any of these dudes personally, but
I don't.
It's slick head ass. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Put some Vaseline on his head before you go. That boy here slick.
But we'll see what happens. But all the pressure's on Doc Rivers to try to make this thing work. I wanted to do this with you guys because I've seen it over social media, not even over social media, but I've seen a couple podcasts do it, and I saw something like on Instagram, and so I want to do this. I want to give our top 5 projections for the following categories. Let me read them off here. I want to give our predictions for the top 5 in the categories of, let me go back and look at them real quick. Scoring, assists per game, rebounds per game.
Okay.
And let me give a couple more here. Scoring, assists, rebounds per game, 3-pointers made, and turnovers. I want us to project our top 5s for each of those categories. And we'll start from 5. You name your 5th. Then I'll go over probably to Carl. Carl will name his 5th. Then I'll go over to me. I'll name my 5th. And we'll just kind of snake it and then go from there. So we're going to start with scoring. Carl, who is your prediction for number 5? Let me give last season's top 5 scorers real quick because I want to give context. Last season's top 5 were Steph Curry. Steph Curry had the scoring championship. I think this is his second scoring title, maybe.
Yeah, it has to be. His MVP had to be this.
Then we had my boy Bradley Beal with 31 points a game. Then 3 we had Dame. 4 we had Joel Embiid, which is dope to see. And 5 we had Giannis Antetokounmpo. Carl, who is your number 5 for points per game next season?
Give me Joker. I think Joker. He's proven he can at least average 28. Mm-hmm. And that's a shame, bro, because back in the day, 28 points would get you number 1, basically. Yep. That's like probably 10 to 15 years ago, 28 points would definitely be 1.
Very true. Very true. That's a nice one. I like the Jokic. I like the Jokic pick. I think there's also the argument that he's I don't want to say he's going to be more of an offensive priority because he already is that team's top offensive priority, but maybe his shots will be up a little bit more next season, given that Jamal Murray is not going to be there for the entirety of the year. Let's see where he ranked at that last year. So last season, as far as scoring, he was 13th.
Jeez.
He was 13th.
How much he averaged 27, did he not?
He averaged 26 a game. So, but I can still see it happen. I don't think people expect.
It's rare that you actually see a person average 26. It's just the way he averaged those 26, those 10 assists.
Yeah. It's a jump he can make because, we saw Joel Embiid have a disappointing year and jump to like 27 a game before, so. Yeah.
And he was going to have that same season last season if he, I thought he was going to win MVP if he didn't get hurt.
I think the year before last, he averaged under 25, and then this year he's like top 5 in scoring. So,
he went backwards.
Yep.
It was 28. And then he lost to the Kawhi. It went to 23 or something. Mm-hmm. And then he jumped back up this year.
Yes, sir. Blake, who's your 5th?
I think I'm gonna go with Embiid.
Okay.
At 5. I got 2 other people I think is gonna make a pretty big jump this season.
Okay, so Embiid's at 5. So that's basically one spot above what he was last season. My 5, I have a hot take here. My 5 is Paul George.
Oh, that's not that.
No, I was thinking about that.
That's not a hot take. He can definitely.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Without Kawhi playing, that's definitely not one.
I think his shots are going to be up. Now, like Carl mentioned, there's no Kawhi there. There's really not much of a second option out there on the perimeter as far as scoring goes.
Reggie, your boy Reggie.
There's Reggie, but Reggie. Yeah. What if Reggie comes in and averages like 25 a game? What if he does that?
He can average 20.
Yeah.
So he won't average 20. If he averages 25, I'll give one of y'all $100.
Okay. If he averages
not 25, maybe not, but 20, he can definitely average 20.
Okay. I got Paul at 5. Who is your 4, Carl?
Dame. I'm gonna get Dame.
Okay.
Dame my 4. Yeah. I can see Dame averaging. This is a damn shame. Round 28, but that's not going to be number 1. So I can see Dame because he's going to keep his team into the playoffs. He's going to have to average a lot of points for them to probably get to a decent seed for the playoffs. So I could definitely see him averaging around 20, 27 and a half, 28.
Yeah. Okay. Dame, and he was 3rd at that category last season. What about you, Blake? Who's your 4th?
I got Trae Young as my 4.
Okay.
He's been kind of bubbling. Carl, you making that face, Carl. These last 2 seasons, he's been kind of bubbling around that 27, that number. So 26, 28.
His jump would have to be the biggest because he was 25 points a game last season. So he'd have to jump from 15 all the way up to 4. But I think he could do it. I definitely think
he can too. I think
if he cut off on some of them shots, he probably would.
Yeah.
He'd take better.
If he can, my argument to it, I can see points going down because he's a young guy who has to adjust to some of these new foul rules too. Because a lot of the ways he was getting fouled last season, he's not going to have it this year. We saw it with Harden.
I'm so glad they stopped it. Harden, even though you did tell me he got undercut a little bit, but still, you see, he tried to lean in.
I saw Curry try to do it too, and they didn't call him.
Curry tried to do it.
Yeah. So my 4 is
Bradley Beal.
Carl Watts.
I'm thinking of making an adjustment.
He said Carl Watts.
I'm going to make an amendment. I'm going to make an amendment here. I'm going to make a change here. I'm going to take Paul out of my 5. I'm going to make Beal my 5th, actually, for obvious reasons, because he's still almost in the same situation he was in last season. He's going to get way more shots now that Russ isn't there. But Luka's going to be my 4th. Luka's going to be my 4th option. I think he's been flirting with it for some time. Last season, he was actually just outside of that top 5. And I think he's going to be MVP this season as well. I think this is Luka's year to win MVP. So I've got to be able to put him there. I'll put Luka as my 4th option there. Carl, who is your 3?
See, there's 4 people left, and I got 3 spots in this hard. I think you all probably know the 4 people I'm talking about. Most likely, it's like Giannis, KD, Steph, and Luka.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna have to get left out though.
Yeah. Go with your gut here, man. Go with your gut.
I'm gonna put Steph at 3.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Blake?
I got Brad Beal at 3.
Okay. I love the respect. So that means Beal is probably going to go 3 straight seasons at 30 points a game, which few have done ever. So I just want y'all.
I think I know one guy that's done.
Okay. Well, but at least my boy is an elite.
Hey, Blake, he made the playoffs too, didn't he?
Come on.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And won a chip.
I'm be honest though, Bill had like the same record in his team to make the playoffs, if that's any consolation. But because Michael Jordan was making them at 37, 45 and stuff like that. But
okay,
I ain't gonna. But I'm trying to get with you, Ty. I'm trying to get
30 3 straight seasons, bro. That's like
that's balling.
That's some serious balling. My number 3 is actually KD. My 3 is KD. I think it's going to be interesting out. Well, not even interesting because we saw it last season, but you got to put KD in this conversation. You should have to. He's like the best scorer in the game, all of that. If he plays, he's going to have to be healthy, but I'm not really concerned about that much this season. I may have said it last episode that I was a little concerned, but I don't know if I still feel the same way. I feel like it's going to be a really good year for him.
Yeah, he gets healthy at the right time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Who are we at right now? Are we at 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me KD. He said for reason you just said, I can't. He's always top 3 at scoring team. Like he's gonna put up near 30 every game.
Okay.
Simple math.
KD at 2. Go ahead with it, Blake.
I think I'm gonna go Josh Christopher at 2.
Oh yeah, let's change that up, buddy.
No,
take that necklace off. You can't.
I got worried for a second.
I got Luka at 2.
Okay.
Just like you said, Ty, he's been on that.
You can't tell a lot like that and wear that necklace, boy. He can't do that.
Luka's also my pick for MVP.
Yeah. Going to look at 2. All right. So my 2 is Dame. I don't really have much of an explanation for it. I think this will also be a year where Dame comes really close to touching the MVP award. I think this will be the closest he'll come. But I just don't think he'll have a better season than Luka. I think I'll go with Dame at 2. Carl, what's your number? Who's your top scorer?
So bad, I could. You know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know.
I lost my train of thought. I think I got Luka at number 1.
Okay.
Because you said I think he'll probably be MVP. So it was hard for me leaving Giannis out of his top 5, like extremely hard. I was actually thinking of replacing him with Joker, and actually, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put Giannis at 5.
So you put Joker?
Joker at 6 or something. I can't leave Giannis out.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got Luka at 1.
Who's your scoring champ, Blake?
Stephen Curry.
Yeah,
easy. Stephen Curry, easy.
Same.
He's back to back.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be 3 scoring titles for Steph if he wins it. And yeah, I got Steph.
When he wins it.
Yep, I got Steph at 1 too.
Average about 40, 48, but finna average 100 points a game.
Yep. So this next one is going to be fun. Assists. So let's name our top 5 in assists last season. Number 5 is going to make who got? Oh, I think I said it, but who do you think was number 5?
Russ. I don't know.
No. Russ was 1. Number 5.
Oh, duh, yeah. He averaged 10 assists. Number 5 was Joker.
No.
LeBron.
No.
Wait. Give me one more.
Trey?
Who'd you say?
Trey?
No.
Give me one more guess. I don't know.
Chris Paul? No.
His name.
Sabonis? I don't know.
Draymond Green averaged 9 assists a game last season.
What?
That makes
Are you serious?
Yes.
That was only the positive part of his season because Lord knows he couldn't, all that.
Ain't too much else to write on about.
What's crazy is Draymond Green averaged as many assists as Chris Paul and just played less games. So Chris Paul was at 4. Because I think he ranks higher because of the amount of games he played compared to him. Harden averaged 11 a game. And Trae Young averaged 9 a game. Now, it's weird because I think Trae Young is ranked 2 and Harden is ranked 3 because I think the games played kind of weighs that some of that.
Yeah. Because I was about to say Harden at 11, but I was about to say he didn't play nowhere near as many games.
Yeah.
So you can really, if you want to, you can switch it. You can base the rankings off your number if you want to. I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah. So Harden would still be, I think, yep. So Trey was 2. And then Russ was 12 assists a game. I'm rounding up. So he was 11.7, but he's 12 assists a game. Carl, who goes 5th in assists for this coming season?
Give me Joker.
Mm-hmm.
See him. How much? I think he averaged near like 10 or not, like 9, 8.8 or something like that.
8.3.
Last year. 8.3, yeah. I knew it was close at first. They were talking to him average like in a triple-double, but then he kind of fell off towards the end. 8.3, yeah. It'd be around 8 again this year.
He ranked 7 last year, so that's definitely a good prediction. Who you got, Blake?
Chris Paul, baby.
Okay. Chris Paul.
Easy money.
I got 1. I think this is going to be a career year for him as far as assists goes because he has an option on his team that he never had before, but John Morant. I think he is totally going to benefit from that pick and roll with Steven Adams. It's looking, I don't know if you guys have been able to tap into like the Grizzlies highlights, but their tandem is looking really, really good. To brag about Adams a little bit, his passing has been next level. So I think it's just going to add another dimension to that Grizzlies offense. I think we'll get a career year in assists for, Ja. I think Ja will probably get somewhere around 9 a game. 9 a game is what's going to get you in that top 5. So I think Ja can make that jump. I think he could. I mean, he's one also, like, as far as passing skills, he's like one of the best in the league as far as just flashy passes and all of that stuff. So I got him.
Him and LaMelo ain't that far off as far as skill level at scoring. They're very similar. Very similar.
I think we're more confident in LaMelo's jump shooting right now at this point in his career. But yeah.
I don't like how the NBA and like even Bleacher Report and other media pages just drop Ja Morant and just pick up LaMelo though.
That's very true. That's very true.
Like they drop Zion too.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna drop LaMelo too. They're gonna drop everybody once Imani Bates comes in the league. Everybody getting dropped. Everybody.
And what's the other dude name?
What's your boy's name? Blake?
Tall dude.
Not Mikey. Big fella.
Oh no, definitely not Mikey. No.
Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
They're gonna be high on him, bro. They're gonna be high on Jalen Duren for sure. Is he in Memphis? He's in Memphis, right?
Yeah, they both in Memphis.
They finna have a squad. Bro.
Todd told me he think Penny paying under that table.
Hey, Penny throwing some dollars under that. I can't blame him.
Penny throwing pennies at him.
Yeah, you gotta play the game. You gotta play the game. Carl, who's your 4th in assists this season?
Play the game, man.
Give me Brian. Because I don't know why. Because his points he's not gonna. I don't see him averaging 25 points. I see him actually averaging 23.
My question is this: with Russ as their primary playmaker, are those numbers going to be, or could we see? I don't know where you have Russ at, but could we see both of them in top 5 in assists, which we've seen before? We saw.
It's definitely possible. My thing is LeBron's not going to be shooting as much as you normally did, so he's going to be averaging like 23 points with all that talent on that team. He's going to be passing to Carmelo, Monk, AD, Russ. Yeah, but Russ is going to be my next person.
Okay, yeah, because you can definitely have 2 guys average 5. I think Chris Paul and Harden may have done it. I could be wrong, but I think they did it when they were together. Who's your 4, Blake?
I got Russ. I'll take Russ at 4.
Okay. I've
Who
got.
did I take 5? I took
Chris Paul.
I took Chris Paul. Okay, yeah. All right, just making sure. Yeah.
All right. I've got Chris Paul at 4. Chris Paul's at 4. I don't really. I'm not going to explain that one. That's like Chris Paul.
You don't need to. We can say he won every year.
Yeah.
Really.
3. Who you got?
Yeah. I already said Russ. I'm a big
Russ.
Russ. It's too bad. I'm thinking too bad. Like Rondo ain't in his prime no more. Because remember, there was a point in time Rondo was like 10 assists every year.
Rondo used to be getting them 20 assist games, bro, like nothing.
He was like 20, bro.
Yeah. Who's your 3, Blake?
Jokic.
Ooh, Jokic at 3. Okay. My 3 is Trae Young. My 3 is Trae Young.
Ooh.
Carl, who's your 2?
Give me Melo.
Face ass.
LaMelo.
Oh.
Okay.
But can we call him Melo though yet, bro?
No, we're calling him
my bad, bro. People be calling him that, so I kind of because I said Melo, y'all said you crazy. I'm like, LaMelo.
Yeah. I said Carmelo Anthony. Yeah.
No, LaMelo Ball because he just looks like he's just gonna keep increasing because it was close to 7 last year. It really was 7 across the year, but then they start falling off once the team kind of just start losing. But I can definitely see him averaging 8 at the most. That'll probably get him top 3 because that top 3 be 7.5 to 8.5, but then that top 2, that's the ones that separate from 9 to 10.
Top three was 9 to 11. So I think, but even I can see him averaging that. I can see him averaging that for sure, no doubt. Because you're gonna have more time. Remember, like the first good part of the season, he wasn't their starting point guard. You know what I mean? So now he's gonna get way more clock. So I feel I don't have LaMelo in my top 5, and I feel screwed over for not putting him in there. But we'll get to that in a second.
No, you just basically replace him with Ja. If not, not
true. Blake, number 2.
I have Trae Young.
Okay, I haven't heard a name from y'all yet, but my number 2 is Luka Doncic.
Oh yeah,
he was gonna be my 1.
Okay, Luka's gonna be your 1. Okay. What about you, Blake?
It's between. I may have to put Luka, but it was between him and Harden for me. But I don't know if Harden, injury wise, maybe in that many games.
I think Harden would be. I'm mad that I left LaMelo and Harden out because Harden is going to be their point guard, and Harden, when he's playing point, is a lock for like 10 assists a game. So, for this thing to go by, Harden when he's playing point guard is like a lock for 10 a game. Let me make a change here. Let me take out Ja. Let me put Chris Paul at 5. Let me put Ja at 4. Ooh, let me take out Ja and replace him with Harden. Let me do that.
Okay. I'll have Harden at like 6.
Okay.
See, at my 2, I was about to put because I just skipped my 1 because you said Luka. I didn't say my 2, but at my 2, I was about to say Ja, but then I forgot about Chris Paul. So I'm gonna probably say Chris Paul, and I'm gonna put like Ja at 6.
Okay. So my number 1 is going to be Russ. My number 1 is going to be Russ. I think he'll benefit with the options he has around him. I think he's led the league in assists a couple times before.
And turnover.
He'll probably, that's true.
And turnovers.
I'm just messing.
Okay. Next, we've got rebounds. We're going to kind of speed this up a little bit. Who's your 5 in terms of rebounds, Carl? Let me name the 5 for rebounds last season. Give you guys a little bit of context. But we had at 5 Vucevic, we had at 4 Domantas Sabonis, 3 Jonas Valanciunas, 2 Rudy Gobert, 1 Clint Capella. This is like almost like you can put anybody you want in there. Like
you can basically put anybody that's like of height.
Because I've got a name in here that's like not even. I've got a name I'm see where you. I have a name who was like number 21 last year in rebounds in my top 5. So I'll let you go ahead, Carl. Who's your number 5 as far as rebounds go?
You really want to just name the 5? Like
go ahead. You can name the 5. Name your top 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Rudy Gobert.
At 5.
Steven Adams at 4.
I got him at 4 too.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sabonis at 3. Joel Embiid at 2, Jokic at 1.
Jokic at 1. Okay. What about you? Who would your fantasy 5 be here, Blake?
I gotta go with Steven Adams. I think Steven Adams, Jokic, Sabonis,
Jokic, Sabonis.
Chris Paul.
No. Steven Adams. Yeah, Steven Adams, Jokic, Sabonis. I'm thinking.
You want to give Clint Capella a look? He averaged 14 last year.
Yeah,
he was a demon last year. He was a demon last year.
I think
Andre Drummond.
I'll go Gobert and then Capella.
Okay.
I'll put Capella at 1. I was kind of back and forth between those two. 1 and 2.
I'm going Sabonis, Steven Adams, Gobert. Let me throw in my boy Vooch there. Let me throw in Vucevic there. And let me put Clint Capella at 1 because he was I used to see some of his rebounding numbers last year. They were crazy. Let's go with the fun one. Let's go with 3-pointers made. So total.
Also, for that last one, I got Luka a little bit outside of that rebound.
Really? Luka could average 10 if he wanted to, for sure. Let's go with 3-pointers made here. Carl, this is going to be a fun one. I have a hot take at 5, but let's go who you got for your top 5.
Jason Tatum, 5. I got. This is forward.
Think about your catch and shoot guys. Think about your guys that
are. Because I wanted to put James Harden, but he's not going to be getting those shots like that. So I can't put him at that one. Because you know who the other two I'm thinking of is Steph and Dame, but they gonna be my 1 and 2. So I'm really at who gonna be my 4 and 3. 3-pointers made, huh? Give me Clay ain't gonna be playing for real. He ain't gonna play till half the season. This is hard, but I can't even really. Joe Harris, you think? Is that crazy?
I got him my 5. I got him.
Okay, because I was thinking he missed a lot of shots last year. They might cut him. No, they'll keep on the team. But no, Joe Harris at my 4. At my 3, I'm going to go with.
There's a guy in Miami who's pretty good off the catch.
Yeah, see, I forgot to talk to you.
Duncan
Robinson.
That's who it was. Yep.
Duncan Robinson, and then
I think you got 5.
Steph, and then Steph gonna be my 2. Dame actually will be my 1.
Okay, tough. I think we almost have the same. We may almost have the same. Yep, I think we almost have the same besides one guy.
I'm glad you said Miami, bro, because I almost forgot about it.
Yep. Blake, who's your top 5 3-pointers made next season or this season?
Gotta go Duncan Robinson, Joe Harris, Luka, Dame, and Steph.
Okay. I got a hot take, bro, and I don't know how much this is gonna hold up, but I see this dude's been busting everything since the summer league. And he's busting them right now in the preseason. Y'all are gonna hate me.
About to say a rookie.
I'm about to go with my boy Trey Murphy at 5. I'm going Trey Murphy at 5.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because when that's not crazy.
I don't know the last rookie who's been top 5 in 3-pointers made, but he may be one. Steph had to be, yeah. Trey Murphy 5, Joe Harris 4, Duncan Robinson 3, Dame 2, Steph at 1. If everything was adjusted and nobody was hurt, then it would be Steph and Clay at 1 and 2, and then probably Dame right there. All right, here's the last one. This is going to be a fun one. Maybe a little difficult too, but turnovers. If you had to name 5 guys from 5 to 1 as far as turnovers go, Carl, who would it be?
Russ.
Damn.
Yeah.
You average divided amongst the 5 spots.
Yeah. Let me see. From 5 to 1, I can see LeBron being at 5. Giannis at 4. Luka at 3. I can probably see Steph at 2, and maybe Dame at 1.
Damn, so Russ ain't top 5 in turnovers.
No, I ain't.
What?
No, I don't think like sometimes
you better than me.
Listen, sometimes it can be about like a decimal of a point of 6 and 5.
That's true, and that could keep you. That's very true. That could just keep you out of the 5. So, but Russ has to be like edging that top 5 for you, though.
He's like 5.5.
Okay. him and who was your 5th guy? Who was your 5th? I think your 5th was I forgot your 5th was.
I think LeBron.
So him and LeBron can share number 5.
Yeah. They can share. They on the same team. They can share.
Right. Go ahead, Blake.
Gotta go LeBron.
He loves him.
LeBron.
LeBron, and LeBron.
No, I would go LeBron, and then Russ. But man, let's see.
You needed one person, yeah, that was 4.
Do you need some names? I can name top 5 in turnovers last season.
I'm thinking. Name them.
Okay, because your top 5 in turnovers, so your top 5 in turnovers last year were, bear with me here for 1 second. Your top 5 is this. Make sure I got the number put up. So Russell Westbrook was at number 1. Damn, did they just pull it out there? Hold up, guys.
They ain't got to be in there.
Russ, Luka, Trey, James Harden, and LeBron.
Trey, see, I forgot about Trey. That's
LeBron, Trey. LeBron, Trey. No, LeBron, Luka, Trey, Russ. No, put Russ at 1.
Okay.
So LeBron. Ooh, that's tough.
All you need is 1. Just name 1 more guy to throw in there.
Literally, that's all you need.
Maybe LeBron, Steph. Not Steph. No, not Steph.
Harden, I think
it's going to be the best players, bro. Always.
Yeah, that's very true.
LeBron, Harden, LeBron, Harden, Trey, Luka, and then Russ.
They were struggling
because all of these.
I was pulling teeth right there, man.
Because the first 3 spots last year were like Carl said, like by decimal points, like it was by like 0.7 points from 1 to 3. But I'm gonna go with as 5 Paul George, because I just think the ball is going to be in his hands a lot more, and he's a guy who's been known to turn the ball over. Luka,
and listen, and he's not going to get those foul calls.
Very true. Very true. And Paul is he likes to he gets away with being a flopper.
They need to get him on that push off.
Yeah, they do. Then maybe this is the year they finally do. Carl be complaining about them push offs, boy. We got Luka.
He the push off man. That's what he is.
We got Luka at 4. I got Harden at 3. I've got Trey at 2, and I've got to put Russ at 1. I don't have LeBron in the top 5 this year because I don't know. I don't think he'll be handling the ball enough for him to average like 3 turnovers a game. I think Russ will take that on. Maybe he'll average more than last season. We'll see.
Well, Russ go double up. He go LeBron. He go double up.
So that's what we got. As I always say, guys, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Y'all loving the shorts. I love that. So if you happen to see this episode and you were watching the shorts, make sure you subscribe, for more content. Download us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and put your notifications on as well. When a new episode drops on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, put your post notifications on, and we will actually see you guys on Monday morning with our newest episode. So see y'all then.